Hi everyone, this is Cindy Crane with the Heart, and I am back with a project share. So I had actually videotaped this, or taped this, videoed it, whatever before, and it had no sound. So I'm having to do a voiceover using Screencast-O-Matic. So if my hands don't match what I say, I apologize in advance. But I love this paper so much. This is Sunshine and Bees by Not Too Shabby Shop, and I decided to make a simple album. The album measures about 6 3/4 by 5.5, and so I used a lot of the Sunshine and Bees paper, as well as gold cardstock. And the gold cardstock I get from Michael's, and it's just a simple album, nothing too fancy really, and I did the same technique on the front cover that I had done in one of the shaker cards that I had made, and that is kind of trim the paper down so that it kind of highlights the the sunflower, because I just think it's just such pretty paper. And so I kind of had to finagle it a little bit because the paper is 6 by 6. So I kind of had to piece together the paper so that it covered the album, but I'm okay with that. I used some yellow seam binding that I had in my stash, and you'll see it here and there on some of the tags that I made. I also hot glued some pom-pom trim and some ephemera also on the front cover that I had left. I used a lot of ephemera in this project. The back, you can see I kind of pieced together the back, and I think we're ready to open this up and take a look on the inside of the album. So when you open it up, I've got a pocket right there on the left, and I've got some tags, and these were actually the last things that I had made in the project, so they were literally using scraps, what I had left over in terms of ephemera, so that's why it's kind of funky with the shapes and the sizes, and I used some ephemera flowers for the top as my pulls rather than using seam binding or ribbon, and so I think that's a really nice look. And then on this side right here is another pocket, and I have a couple of other tags, and so that blue sunflower tag was also in that bunch of like using up scrap tags. And then there's a tag there. I used the gold paper, some scrap from making the project, and I decorate the back. A good way of using up scrap, and I try to leave the top of it open so that you can fit something there if you have like a longer picture or you want to write more. It gives you a little more space. And then some of them have pockets on top. I think I have 2 pockets on top, and so it's just a long tag and using scrap and ephemera. And I used envelopes to make this, and the envelopes that I used had this like awkward size. I think they were 4 3/4 by like 6.5 or something, so they were a very odd size. And so that is what actually made the base of my pages. And then here I'm just really showcasing the paper and the ephemera. And then I've got a tag in the top pocket. And just really using that paper to, as much as I can, to kind of show it off. Then using up that ephemera. And when I switch the page, I did another cut apart page, which I really am liking that for the pocket. It was just basically the rest of the paper from that front cover, and I'm just really liking that look. And then here's a very large mat, and just using the paper as well as the ephemera for my mat. And then on the side there, I did a belly band, and I used the sunflower ephemera to kind of decorate that. And then I just made a little booklet, which is just a good way of using up a lot of the scrap, little small pieces that I had of the paper. And then I turn it over. I've got this another side. I did a side kind of cut apart pocket there. And then I did the tag, and I did some seam binding, and it just fits right in there, and it looks really cute. And then that pretty blue paper with some ephemera. And then that is not a pocket, it's just pieced. So just kind of pieced together there, a place for a picture or some journaling. And then the back cover, that's how I finish off the back cover. And so that is my album. I'm really happy with it. Thank you so much for watching. This is Cindy with Creating with a Heart.